But today, we have the challenge to talk about two different subjects. Very interesting. So first of all, I'll let them introduce themselves. So please, Jennifer and Delia, can you just present who you are and what are your organization? And also, I have a little special question. So what is your vision of the ocean? So it's a large question. So who you are, what is your organization, and what is your vision of ocean?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I am Tingxuan Jennifer Lee. If you cannot pronounce Tingxuan, you can call me Jennifer. I am a Chinese entrepreneur investor based in Shenzhen, China. The companies I worked on and invest in primarily in biotechnology and education. And Benthos Biosciences is my latest endeavor that I co-founded with Danny Chu, my long-term partner, and also Delia, our chief scientist. And the vision for the ocean economy is, as everyone knows, is going to be extremely crucial for our next generation, but it's so important for all the business people like us to create very sustainable operations.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. My name is Delia Simenthal. I'm the chief scientist and partner in Benthos Biosciences. The sea, as Jennifer told, is going to play a very important role for the next year because it's going to become a very important and sustainable source for energy, for food, but also for medicines because, we are facing a really important challenge that we need to accelerate the discovery of novel compounds that will help us to beat diseases that because of the climate change, they are meant to appear in countries that usually they don't present, like, for example, diseases that are in tropical countries or something like that. Thank you very much.
And you, Pierre, the last but not the least.
Hello, Noémie. Thank you for having me here. So my name is Pierre Collat. I'm a molecular and cellular biologist at the Station Biologique de Roscoff. So I'm a researcher. And for the past 3 years, I've taken responsibility in tech transfer, trying to create value from the research we are doing at the Roscoff lab. We have become the largest European marine biology and ecology research center. Over 300 people work in Roscoff. So because we're big, we cover a wide range of disciplines, of aspects of marine biology and ecology. And because of that, most of our research can find a variety of applications. So this is what I'm trying to do, contribute to the development of blue bioeconomy on our territory.
Great. So thank you for the overview of your organization, but I will like to ask you a question for both of you, Delia and Jennifer. So I see that or understand that your organization is quite innovative. Mm-hmm. And how do you see Benthos as an innovative company, and I think a company that wants to change the world or change the vision of sea? So can you give us example of how Benthos Bioscience try to be really innovative and different and a world leader?
Okay, so our company currently, we focus on studying this animal. It's called sea cucumber, which is actually known to the Chinese for thousands of years. It offers tremendous health benefits, but at the same time, our company, we also focus on making a lot of extractions and separations from this animal that, such as collagens and neuropeptides that offers, tremendous benefits. And in terms of, we are doing Actually, Delia, maybe you can elaborate more
Yes.
on the sea cucumber.
Yes. What we are trying to pursue at Benthos is like close the complete cycle of innovation. I mean, we are working with a species that is like it has some problems in some countries because it has like a special following because it's a species that has been depleted in some countries because it's a really high demand in Asian countries for this. So what we are trying to do is to have like a very sustainable approach of our project. We go to a country, we create culture programs, and before that we made a really extensive environmental study to know how are the population density stocks of sea cucumber. And then after we create these culture projects, then we establish biotechnology laboratories in the country that we are working with. And we start to create like a value through the extraction of bioactive compounds, for example, collagens, peptides, etc., oils, etc. So the idea is to help like the fisheries communities, but also help one country through the creation of really high qualification jobs, and also to bring to the world like very novel bioactive compounds in order to help like new treatments for regeneration medicine, cancer, etc.
Great, thank you. Thank you. So now with that kind of vision and innovation, I had to switch from a special species as sea cucumbers to a more general topic or project to make the link between your project. And you talked earlier about your Station Biologique de Roscoff and described it as that you are big. You said that you are big. Yeah, really? Funny. Okay, so now you are big, but I think you think big. So can you present your project that you are just, I think you have deposed for investment a big project just last week.
Right.
Tell more about it.
Right. Thank you. So, yeah, of course, being a large research institute, we have the human resource and the strength and the will to contribute to the structuration of big structuring projects, you know, and this is both at the European scale, where we have been actively involved in the structuration of European marine biology. We have been instrumental in designing and putting in place what we call EMBRC, European Marine Biological Resource Centers. But also on the more local scale, we really must, we have the mission to contribute to the socio-economic development of our territory being Brittany at large, and more specifically the western part of Brittany, so the tip of the Breton Peninsula. You know. And for that, we've been doing different things. First, over the past 10, 15 years, we've seen a dramatic increase in our collaborative research activities, that is, research activities with companies, mostly local companies. This is not only, but the vast majority of these companies are local for a very good reason. Marine biotech companies, by their very nature, are anchored in maritime regions because they rely on the resource, and this is where the resource is. So, of course, we also we collaborate with more global players. That's also quite possible. But so there is this really regional embedding that is very, very strong. And because of that, we thought that we could switch gears and really become even more active to contribute to foster the blue bioeconomy and marine biotechnologies on our territory. And this is the idea of the Blue Valley project. Am I talking too much, or do you want to know more?
No,
okay,
no,
good.
Good.
Okay,
more about Blue project because
Sure,
I think
sure.
Blue Valley
Right.
is a little bit into that bigger vision.
That's right. That's
so
right.
it's a regional
Yes,
vision?
so this is the philosophy of the Blue Valley Project is to try to transform our territory thanks to the use of marine bioresources and marine biotechnologies, and to transform the life in many ways. We're not going to change everything, of course. We have to stay modest, but it is true, as we all know, marine biotechs find such a wide range of applications that it's quite possible with a strong political will and collective strength to really try to change life in many aspects thanks to these resources and these technologies. And then a very important thing in the philosophy of this project is that the end users, the population, has to be at the heart of this process. This was a requirement from the French government that launched this call for offer that we applied to 2 days ago. It really goes well beyond keeping the population informed and getting, as often as possible, their approval or not. It's really placing the end user, the citizen, at the heart of this innovation process.
So it's the end user, but also the whole population, as I understand.
We are all, exactly, I mean, we are all end users, right?
And
The end user can be a farmer. The end user can be a doctor, medical doctor. We have also medical applications. The end user can be a consumer, that goes to the supermarket and decides to buy algae instead of beef or whatever. The end user can be really. So what we're trying to do, it's pretty close to the concept of living lab. I don't know if many of you must be familiar with that. So the idea, in a nutshell, is really to try to create a living lab or different living labs depending on the.
I don't want to hit you.
Oh, you can. Okay. So the idea is really to create a bunch of living labs on our territory, and this, of course, will be key because one of the big problems that we face in Brittany and I'm sure elsewhere is societal acceptability of many projects. So.
Great. So I would catch some buzzword that you said. Jennifer and Delia, you talk about the countries where you are based, and Pierre, you talk about the end user. So I would like to urge you more about you, in which country you are already based, and which are the countries that you are interested to make more business with and to develop collaboration with. And also, I would like to know, with that end user vision, with your company, how do you adjust your projects or your development to the end users' needs?
So Benthos is a global operation. So we have labs in Mexico and Los Angeles and Tahiti, Shenzhen, and China. So our operation headquarters are currently in Shenzhen, Hong Kong, and Los Angeles. And for our products to reach to end users, actually in a variety of ways. So number one is sea cucumber as food. Traditionally, as we said, Chinese people have always consumed sea cucumber, and I urge everyone else to also try it. There are many ways to make it taste very delicious. And number two is with all the biotic compound that we extract from sea cucumber, and we are developing a lot of healthcare products as well as cosmetic products. And of course, we're doing extensive research and development in the drug market, which is to truly change lives of people. And
yes, I mean, we are trying to. I mean, when we want that when people think about sea cucumber, think about Benthos.
Right.
So we want to contribute and to start working with all countries that has this marine resource that has one of the biggest potential around marine pharmacology. So for example, here in Canada, you have sea cucumber, one of the species, Cucumaria frondosa. So we want to start to work here or any other country, for example, in the Mediterranean Sea, Africa, South America,
and Portugal.
Portugal, yes. So that's our goal, our objective is like to to have at least one laboratory because it's around 2,000 different species of sea cucumbers, and our aim is like to study all of them, and if it's possible to discover new species. So that's the idea.
Do you already work with sea cucumbers species in the northern region, as in Canada, or you, for the moment, more specialized with the sea cucumbers in
Yes,
region
we
like
are more
Mexico?
specialized into tropical species, Asian and also Pacific, but we want to start the study.
Yes.
We are not working yet with that species, but the idea is to go to these northern countries, and also, for example, right now we are investing in one of the biggest marine exploration programs in Latin America. So along with UNAMI University, so we are like using special marine robots to go to very deep ocean to discover new species of sea cucumbers. So.
Okay, interesting. I don't see a lot about sea cucumbers, so I'm pretty curious. Can you give us the example of the more interesting or special project that you have find working with sea cucumbers, or the more innovative product you have?
Mm-hmm. I mean, sea cucumber is a very curious animal. I don't know if someone of you know this species before, but one of the defense mechanisms that this species has is that when a predator is approaching to this, the defense mechanism is to explode and to throw the guts. And the guts, the respiratory tree, the gonads, and whatever is inside. It's an animal that doesn't have brain, but but it has a very interesting defense mechanism, and it has in the guts it produces a very interesting neurotoxin. So when the predator approaches, the predator starts to eat the guts and whatever it was inside, and it's knockout, like it's not dead, but it's like completely pass out. So a bigger predator comes and eats and will eat them. So and the sea cucumber, when it's all exploded, is it's a start a mechanism of regeneration. So in less than 10 days, in like a wildlife, it's going to be regenerated again. And also, it's an animal that when it feels that it's going to die, it regenerates, it creates a new being from its own body, so you never know what is the age of a sea cucumber, because it could regenerate on demand, so when he wants to die, he dies, but I mean, it dies, so it's really interesting. And the thing that we, for example, in aquaculture, that we are innovating is like, for example, in asexual reproduction. Normally, when sea cucumber seed takes like more than 2 years to be like a complete adult for the market, but when we use this protocol of fission, we cut the sea cucumber, and in less than 60 days, instead of one sea cucumber, we have 2. So, and we more like peptides and bioactive compounds concentration. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. At 9:20 in the morning. Thank you. So now I have to switch from that animal without brain to you, Pierre.
It's a quite natural transition.
Yeah. Sorry. So, how do you feel this morning? No.
Brainless.
I'm joking. So, Pierre, what do you expect of that event? Now, one whole day is past now, so we have a whole day in front of us. What are you expecting from this event, and what are you searching for? So maybe some attendees can come and talk with you about your project or other that you want to talk about and make some collaborations and new partners?
Well, of course, what I'm looking for attending such an event is inspiration, obviously, exchanging ideas, confronting point of views, and so on and so forth. Now, more specifically, one of the bricks of the Blue Valley project is a science park dedicated to marine biotechnology that we are trying to put together in the vicinity of the marine lab in Roscoff. So what we are trying to do is really to create an innovation ecosystem in marine biotechnology, so attracting companies that will capture the interest of settling their R&D operations in the close to the marine lab, where they can access easily to 300 people with different expertise. They can get easy access to our technological platforms, to students who will have to do internships in companies. So this is what we're trying to do. And obviously, when I'm talking about this project, I always hope that a company from Quebec, from elsewhere, that would consider to establish operations in Europe, in France, would clearly look at Roscoff in particular, because this place, if we succeed, promises to be a very vibrant innovation ecosystem in marine biotech.
Can you give us some example of company that you are searching for? Which kind of companies are welcome in your Blue Valley?
They are all welcome, provided that they do marine biotechnology. And for that, we take I would say, the consensual definition of marine biotech, the wide range. Absolutely, this is exactly in the field. We have companies that, of course, are active in macroalgae, transforming macroalgae, getting biomolecules from them. We have a company in drug discovery already. We have a company that does economic intelligence in marine biotechnology. So we also have this ecosystem that will support the wet blue biotech companies. So we IP firms that are specialized in marine biotech are welcome as well. So all this supporting system, everybody is welcome, provided that they share this common interest of marine biotech. This is what we want to do.
Thank you. So you will have Jennifer and Delia, the last word of the interview, telling us what you are expecting of the conference and what are you searching for in that conference for the attendees that want to make works with you.
For Benthos, so we are doing a global operation, and which is very important that we come to these global events. And for us to be successful is that we must have access to these wildlife of sea cucumber stocks. And so it's very important for us to have cooperations with governments all over the world, and where they offer such special animal. And so we come here to get to know the, local governments, say, for instance, Quebec, and also we, like Portugal government, and we want to introduce our projects, introduce the special animals and its tremendous health benefits. And of course, it's also a global effort to make this happen. So we are also here to, we meet some partners from different industries to collaborate with. And it's been very successful. Yeah.
So thank you very much. I think it's already done and finished. So have a good day 2 in Biomarine Business Convention. I invite you to stay there for the next panel and also to go at the other side for the workshops and really enjoy the show. And thank you to be there at 9 this morning.